daylight savings time is coming up. That means the day's about to be back to normal. So welcome to the daylight savings day Saturday, March 7th, 2026. Episode 3 of the D-Rush Show. Let's get into it. Spurs and the Clippers, that was accelerated. And then when the Spurs was down 20 at half, the Clippers wasn't good in the first half. Up 66 to 46. I think they were going to be round later this one. But the second half, Spurs flipped it around. At the end of the third, they ended up being down 11. And after Keller Johnson three, he did it with an 11. Then the fourth, they took over again, and they won. They the Clippers could have really finished them off, and Kawhi made a dunce in there where he shot a three with sticking on the shot clock. And when they were sticking it, they could have wasted a couple more extra time, but they didn't. And the shot was short, got the rebound, outlet the window, and they took the lead off this dunk. And the play they called out the gate, out the break, really blew my mind because Nick was the tune. He passed him down to Brooke Lopez. Brooke passed it back to him, and he was in inbounds. I'm like, what are you doing, bud? That was such a boneheaded move. And then when they was trying to get the ball back, oh, Barry Jones fly, tried to get a foul, and it didn't work. So they stopped. So they had to go shoot free throws. Shot free throws. They made one, the second one missed, but when they took the round, kept it for his team, and then he went two more free throws to steal it and win it 116 to 112. Really weird decision making by the Clippers. They could have really got it inside and waste more time on the clock and then force the Spurs to go down the court, have to force them to take a timeout so they can make a play. So I didn't get that decision making there. The decision making is bad. For the Spurs, Wemby had 27 points, 10 rebounds, 4 blocks, and a steal. Julian Champagne was posted though with 29 boards. Yeah, Fox posted though that he had 19 points, 9 assists, and a steal. Denver had 11 in the steal. Luke Cornett 10 and 7 boards and the block. And Tyler Johnson 10 and 6 boards off the bench. It was all effective for the man. And at the halftime, Chuck said they were a good team and consistent. I was like, they're a great team. They're one of the only two teams my fellas be worried about. The Spurs and the Nuggets. They need to be worried about them two teams the most. But else, I think they can beat. And the Clippers, 30 points. Kawhi had 30 points, 9 rebounds, 3 steals. Should have got off he won assist in the third, 10 points in the steal. Brooke Lopez, he was going ham at first. He had 17 the first half. He ended with 26 and 6 boards, 4 steals. Barry Jones Jr., 12 points, 2 blocks. Jordan Mill off the bench, 11 6 and steals. And Kobe Sanders, 10 and 4 boards and 2 steals. Cuz should have really won this one. They really do this for themselves. They could have got 500 and probably get a little closer to the Warriors. They can't really do that. Can't take advantage. And I'm going to a three track because Daryl Morey made a comment about the threes being overbalanced. And let me do the numbers. Spurs shot 17, 41 for three. That's 41%. They shot 41. Clippers shot 12 with 32 for three. So 36.5. All right. The other ESPN game, so we'll do a three track. There's 74 so far. Let's go to the other game. Celtics and Mavericks. The other ESPN game. This one was more of a blowout. This is a return of Jason Tatum. He came back from torn Achilles. Came back in 10 months. He played 12 months. He came back a little sooner. Even if they got, once they got one guy back, another guy goes down. Cole Booster. He called ball to post, doing post work, his finger got caught, and he crashed his finger, so he'll be out of the mouth, finger surgery and all that stuff. But the boys still hang on. They had 5 guys go figures, and you got Jalen Brown. He has a 24.7 boards, 7 assists, 2 steals. Derek White, 20.4 boards, 4 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks throughout the whole stat line. Peyton Pritchard, he had 18.7 boards, 6 assists, 2 blocks off the bench. Niamis Quetta, he stepped up for a big moment for them. He had a 16 to 15 rebounds, steal the block. And Jason Tatum, he matched Tatum in the double-double, 15 points, 12 boards, 7 assists, and a steal. And Charlotte Garza again some extra going. He's going to be more live for them. He has 10 points and 2 blocks. Good hand. And let's see the 3-point shot. You know Boston for their 3-point. Golly, 48 threes. They made 16 of it for 32%. A little below average. And they will certainly be over 500. They got 42 wins in the season now. And it'll be the opposite as the Magic. They got 42 losses, but they will guarantee having this season. Klay Thompson was the high man for the game. He had 19 points in 18 minutes. Five Curry Bronze and other 2 layers and dunks or made whatever. Cool Flag came back from the lineup. After foot issues with the Nikolai. He had 16 points, 8 boards, 6 assists in the steal. Najee Marshall came back from his figure issue at 13 points off the bench. Matt Christie was the other guy in those figures in the song. He had 12 points and 4 boards. Brandon Williams, he came off the bench with 7 boards, 4 assists. He's pretty solid. But it was not good enough to get them a victory. Yeah, I didn't know they had a playoff contention. So 73 they made. They shot. Let's see how many threes they shot. They shot 35. So 14 to 35. 40%. Ain't not bad. What's that? What was that? 35. We'll add them all up and calculate it after we finish. Alright. Next one we have the Heat and the Hornets in Charlotte. These both these teams are hot. Well, the Hornets are hot, and they're trying to catch up to Miami in the play-in, while the Heat, they're trying to keep the Hornets away from them. And close game throughout, tight throughout. And they both teams in the second and the third quarter put up 40 points each. From the fourth quarter, Miami won that last quarter 30 to 19 and win it 128 to 110 or 120. You see that? Tyler Hill was the hero of the game. He had 33 points, 9 boards, 9 assists, and it's still very close to a triple double. Bam Adebayo was Bam in the paint, 24 points, 12 boards, 4 assists, still in the block. Jaime Hopkins off the bench had 21 points, 4 assists, very efficient. They had 13, 4 assists in Curry winning. Davion Mitchell had 13.7 assists. Kelly Lawson, 11 4 boards. And Khalil Ware, opposing Florida, had 10 points, 4 boards, 4 blocks, and a steal. Maybe then President known on defense. And they hold it down without no Norman Powell or Andrew Wiggins. So it's a good way for the Heat to keep themselves ahead of their former competition, buzzing on their tail feather. Anyway, as for let me see how many threes Miami shot. He shot 38 threes. Well, 33 threes, not 4. Yeah, 33. So, you know what? Yeah, 38. 18 to 38. That's good. 47%. Good. As for the Hornets, Tom Canupa, he was a high man for the Hornets. He had 27.46, 9 of 14 shooting, 6 of 10 from Curry. Yeah, I mentioned Hero. He was 8 of 10 from that range. Damn, he was on fire, man. He ready to start on that one. Brandon Miller, 22 points, 13 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals in the block. Right? LaMelo, 21 to 5 assists in the steal. Okay. Miles Bridges, 12 points, 2 steals. points, 5 boards off the bench for 16 minutes. Grant Williams 12 to 6 boards, 4 assists. Randy Musa, he had 14 rebounds, 2 blocks. He really held the paint down. It turned good enough to get it done. But the Hornets still good. They're 500 now, but they need to ramp it up. They want to keep going up in the East. So we'll see how that goes today. And the Hornets, God, 52 3-point attempts, 19 of 52, 36.5%. What was that? All right, let's go. Next, we have the Rockies and the Blazers in Portland. All right. We have the Rockets. They had a back-to-back game against the Warriors the night before, and they lost that one in overtime. Let's see if they can bounce back to the Warriors, to the Blazers tonight. All right, let's go. They have, and they leaked this one out. This one, 106 to 99. The game played was the second quarter, and they had 30 points in the second quarter. They maintained that lead throughout the last. And they had uber efficiency from Amen Thompson outplaying Sangoon. They were super efficient. Sangoon led the way 20.6 boards in the block, 11 15 shooting from him. And Amen Thompson, 26.7 boards, 7 assists, 2 steals, and a block. 11 12 shooting. Very efficient. Both of them efficient. Katie added 20 points, 8 boards, 5 assists, and a block. Reach, that was at 17.6 assists, 3 blocks, and steals. Playing the league with really not getting a lot of assists lately. Nice. Nobody needed to do themselves. Jabari had the injury, and he's playing back to back. And you didn't get no veteran brother from Jeff Green. That's all he needed. All right, as for, let me check on the three. Wow, 19 threes only attempted. Wow, that's rare. 5 of 19. So he was shot. He shot 26%. As for Portland, Jeremy Grant had 21 points, 2 steals. Drew Holiday, 20 points, 10 assists, and a steal. Jonathan Clingy had 18 and 13 rebounds and a block. Tsunami Kumar, he had 16.6 boards, 6 steals. Was a Steve out there. It was not enough to see himself. No Danny. He would not have him a Danny for the last month. He would not have the line with the back issue. It's killing him. That's just he got hold of the All-Stars, basically. He's been having back issues. So that's been hurting his chance for MIT. I think he was going to, but he now can't. Because really knows the number one inside game, the guy has to get. And I don't have a problem with that. And of course, no damn. You got to cover insecurity. Playing out his still got training. Well, I think he's going to take his time. He's going to always see. They shot 39 from Portland this year. It was That's a lot. They made 12 of 30.8%. He's great. That was not great for them. Next, we have the God damn. They got the Knicks and the Nuggets. It started out close in the first quarter, 29-27 Nuggets lead. But that third quarter flipped, and they flipped it all the way up to the maximum. Outscored 38 to 22 in the second, so 65 to 52 and a half. So it's going to be a close game. And then Novi, 34 points, 7 boards, 5 assists, 4 steals in the block. 11 17 steals, 6 11 for Curry. Wow. And Bubba is free throws. Josh Hart 18 points, 5 boards. Carson Towns 17 13 rebounds and steals. Brunson, but yeah, 15 assists and steals. You set that up. You only had 9 points. He didn't shoot good. He's a horrible 3 13. You set everybody up, though. Mitchell Robinson, 13 and 5 boards. Landry Shabby, 10 points off the bench. And Takomi Dadiete, he had 11 off the pine in 9 minutes. He got a lot of extra. Everybody plays except for McCullough. Then you get no, everybody scored. Everybody ate. Okay. Yeah. And the Knicks, they keep trying to keep pace with the Pistons. They try to get their own 1 seed. That's the other side. Denver, good great. Yo, well, the only one I was about, he had 38 points, 8 boards, 5 assists, 2 steals. Jamal Murray, 12 points in the block. He puts his ankle on Yoki's foot. He's trying to guard, I think Brunson one or OG wouldn't guard. So let's see, oh, it ain't nothing too crazy to get out for a long period of time. Cam Johnson's the last guy that would give you 10 points, 5 assists, and steals. Oh wow, Dayron Holmes got a lot of extra burns in this. He had 11 points off the bench in 7 minutes. 7 minutes to heaven, taking on the heaven. And they did not another to the 40th win the season, and this is their 41st with this season, so at least for the 500. So they got 18 years to get to that. If they want to do that, I'm quite now. The only thing I like is for that, man. It was second in the East, brother. Second in the East. They were 7 in the West. You had the Phoenix Suns. We get the numbers for this one before we move on to that one. Alright, the Knicks got 34 threes. It was 16 to 34 for that win. Okay, 47%. So this side on the 50. And the Nuggets, good grade, 8 to 40. 8 to 40, 20%. Good grade. I want me some mathematics at this one. Sorry, a lot already. 2 games left. You had the Suns and the Pelicans. They went down to the wire. Pelicans started off getting the first 49-26. Suns needed to have 58-52 outscoring the 32 points in the second. Suns win the third 34-29. The Pelicans made a big ride to get themselves a lead a little bit, but they could not eke it out. They lost. And the Suns win 118 and 116. Ooh, very competitive. Had 6 guys over cities. Devin Booker led the way, 32 points, 4 boards, 4 assists, and 2 steals. That's the 5 Perry. Jalen Green, 25 points, 5 boards. Tom Gillespie, 12 points, 6 assists, 6 rebounds, and a steal. Grayson Allen, 12 and 8 assists off the bench with 4 steals. And Royce O'Neal, 11 and 6 boards. And also Iguodala got the start of Mark Williams out. He has 13.6 boards still in a block. A lot of got lots of bugs today. Halo High still got a few, I think, 2 seconds, really. 2 seconds, really. And Ray King effort. If they have Brooks, he's good. But he got hand issues. And he got arrested in some weeks. Anyway, on the other side, for the Pelicans, Trey Murphy the third, he's out man, 22 points, 2 steals on the block, 4 assists. Zion Williamson doubled up 19 10 boards. Sadiq Bey 19 6 boards, still on the block. DeJounte Murray 16 8 boards, 5 assists, 2 steals. Herb Jones at center, the heck, 14 points, 4 assists, 2 steals on the block. That's weird. Why not Tyler Queen? That's a weird thing they want. But whatever. the heck? 58 threes. What the? They done tripled down. They made 20 of them things. Like 20 and 58. 34 and a half. How do you think of that much? And the Paladin only shot 28. Good grief. Alright, you know, this is all for math research purposes. Good grief. And last is the Pacers and the Lakers in LA. And the Lakers, they really let Wide open the game. Well, in our game, 128 to 117 is the final. Luka Magic, he went ham. No Bron tonight. He said, I'm going to take over. He had 44 points, 9 boards, 5 assists, 3 steals, 2 blocks. Off the lead, the second man in charge, 19 and 5 assists. Luka Nard got a nice lot better. He had 15 points, 7 rebounds. Really 13 points at the start. Marcus Smart took the 3. He had 11 points. Playing except for Syria. Abdul Syria. He's a Buffalo got a lot better. Yeah, Ron. I ain't do no stats. At least he got connected to that. How many threes they shot? 37. 17 or 37 for the Lakers. They shot 45.9%, almost 46. Pacers, they're great. Oh, thanks. They passed up the opposite shot. He was a high man, 26 points, 5 boards, 2 steals. Andrew Nemhard, 17, 8 assists and steals. They had 16, 6 boards, 2 blocks and steals. Race Walker, 10 and 9 boards, 5 assists and steals. McConnell, 24 assists and 2 steals. Job defense. That's a veteran one. Off the time. Okay. Um, I'm gonna take that 35, 8 for 35. Alright, well, I would say, damn, that's a lot of threes still. And they shot 22%. Lakers, they just stay in their 6th spot. And the Pacers are just hoping the season can get over with. Now it's a horrible season for them. In the West, like I said, it's a lot of games.
All right, let's add these up now. So we have 41 plus 33 plus. Really? All right, so 41 plus 33. Clear it out. 41 plus 33 plus 48 plus 38 plus 52 plus 19 plus 39 plus 35 plus 34 plus 40 plus 58, golly, plus 28 plus 35 plus 37. 537 threes were taken last night between those 7 games that we had. Well, 6 games. God damn. So we'll divide that by 7. I mean, that's how many games we played, right? Let's see. Let me reread that again. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I was right. So 7 games. So on the average per game, it was 76.73s a game were taken. By average, per average. Just attempting. Good gravy. God. You know what, there, Maury? You're right. But you are the reason why this is unearthed. And your strategy has not led to any change in the game. Y'all want to bring these analysts to the game, and now I'm mad at the monster can't be unleashed. I'll explain more of that later. On a different day. And it's like a monster. You built this monster, and it's alive. And now you mad that the monster has taken over everything. It's destroyed the cities. It destroyed the nations. It destroyed livestock. It destroyed all these big, beautiful buildings. All these big, beautiful bills. And now you're mad that it can't be contained. No, you unleashed the monster that can't be contained no more. It's too late to go back. You missed the post play, throw that joint back to the 2010s where there's peak basketball, and you'll get some post play. Or the 90s, because, they love big man in the 90s. Put on those two eras, and then you can enjoy that. That's the only way we're going to have that, because we're not getting post work nowadays. There's a couple here and there, but nobody doing that. Alright, only thing I want to talk about is NXT. I'll talk wrestling, because SmackDown. Actually, no, we're going to beast through SmackDown. RKO started the show with Trick Williams came out. He's going RKO's main event WrestleMania. And I feel that they're going to ruin this Lemon Pepper Steppers thing. And Trick got RKO, so you can't have that Lemon Pepper Steppers when you RKO, my boy. And I feel that if Randy wins, Trick's going to be the first guy that gets the opportunity after the WrestleFest, like at Backlash. I feel that, unless something happens at WrestleMania impactful. Melo defending U.S. title open challenges. I kind of getting sick of these open challenges. I want to see him getting involved in the story, but whatever. But he's facing Hijo de Wagner Jr., Dr. Wagner Jr. Interesting. Melo wins. He don't miss. Nothing but net. It was a good match. Damian Priest and R-Truth is a tag team. Where the Street Profits at, B? Where they at? I guess they're on vacation still. I know Ted's gotta be the EST because of finger issues, and I know Dawkins is worried about his bangles now, because we'll take that in a second. Jack Slash doing his celebration, yes, looking delicious, especially Lash. I kind of wish Jakar was in this for Lash, but he's fine. Shaw Lexon cut off the celebration, and Keon James and Julia too, and they face off each other in a match after the commercial break. It was a cool little one. Shaw Lexon won, thanks to Charlotte had a natural selection for the win. Got to get away back on Kiana. Or Julia. She pinned Julia. But I don't think Shaw going for that U.S. title, which would be hilarious. Sammy a sad sack. He can't turn heel on Cody Rhodes. He's mad that Cody getting opportunities and he's not. And Cody's like, I've been screwed repeatedly. Sammy, you need to take advantage of your opportunities. And he asked Randy on how to take advantage. And I'm like, Sammy, you need to turn heel and make things right. But, you're not. Tag team turmoil, want to see Machine Guns. We ain't see them in a minute. They start against Axe Frazier, and Axe Frazier survived the next round thanks to the ref not seeing them put the leg on the ropes. But if you put his leg on the ropes or seen the foot, he would have known that would have been game over. But they don't see it, so Machine Guns eliminated. Los Garza's next, and they take out Axe Frazier, do their spinning wheelbarrow slam thingy. What do they call it? I don't know. So they eliminate them. Then the Sickles are out, and the MFTs distract the Sickles, and they're eliminated. And Damian Priest and Truth are the last team coming in, and we get a bit of Ron Cena. You can't see me. We get an AA mixed with a Stop the Heaven choke slam. And Truth and Damian Priest win? What the hell? I was like, that was it? Okay. Alright. I gotta miss tag team battle royales. They do those on NXT, but they don't do that on the main roster. I kinda wish they do that. Cause at least it gets a little different, cause they do a bunch of turmoils and gauntlet matches, and I don't mind, but Can we get something spice up some things a little differently? I kind of miss that. No unpredictable. Where the bad boy else? They always say us with a Royal Rumble. Oh, we gotta make it extra special. No, let's switch it up every once in a while. No, just saying. It's kind of miss those days. All right, tell how I can. Jade and Rhea face to face. This is the big one I had on Twitter. And I talked about a little bit of last episode where Jade was going after Rhea, and Rhea, they were going at it on Twitter, and the other girls jumping in. I think Chelsea, Nia, I think Viper, Piper, they went it. They was defending Rhea to a certain extent. And and how it was on Twitter did not go up to what happened in real life. And I don't like that. Cause you're gonna blur the lines. Can we go fully through it? And they just talk about, I respect you and your muscles. I respect your muscles. Wait, what? Respect muscles? What? No. What's? Oh my God! Like, they just don't know how to create feuds. I remember when when are they just throwing hands? Why are they throwing hands? Just like they don't want to throw hands. Oh, we can't have contact with each other. Is it in the clause of the contract? No. So throw hands. Kind of miss those days. Why can't they throw hands? And it's the same thing for Roman and CM Punk too. Why can't they throw hands? Or they just flat their mouth breathers. They can't throw hands. Can't do anything out of nowhere that can spark up any kind of interest. They just gotta talk about how much they respect each other. And I think Rhea said you only get your muscles for being so you can be aesthetically pleasing for IG. Well, I do it for war. Oh, cry me a war river. I'll throw you down that some bitch somewhere else. Wish they can watch. They're gonna turn their feud back on Twitter or IG, whatever. And that's just so stupid, man. They can't bring the heat that they brought to TV. What's the point of having it? Fuck. Stupid. Johnny G still down bad. I think Alex Shelley tried to pump him up, saying like, hey man, why you trying to pump him up, man? He screwed us. So I'm just trying to help him out. And I'm like, they're having a trouble with Paradise in Motor City. That's no good. And Ken is trying to encourage her man to get out there, be Johnny Wrestling. Like, oh boy. And we back from the commercial. He's like, I'm Johnny freaking Wrestling, and I ain't shoot open times to anybody in the back. And I paused for a second. Please let it be over Femi on everything. Please let it be over Femi. I unpause it, and over Femi is the thing. I was like, yes. Why Johnny try to chain wrestle over? He tried to hit him with the Andre. He said, the fucking what that little Andre crap. Smack your shirt. Good thing he had a shirt on. His chest was red as the Portland Trailblazers logo if he had a shirt off. What the heck? That was hilarious. He ran him in the corner about 3-4 times, or 4 or 5 times, I think. Through the alley-oop. Ping. Throw. And pick him up for the power bomb. I was like, well, he's gone. 1, 2, 3. And O'Cannon's had a spatula or a stretcher for him, because you gotta stretch that boy out. That boy had to stretch it out. Okay. So yeah, Oba, you don't need to stretch this shit. And Johnny, you might want to go kick it with your boy Tommaso in AEW. And take hands along with you, because they not doing what I try anyway. So, helping people out. Dan House meets Aldis and The Miz. And Miz got cursed, but Miz already been taking L's anyway. What you gonna do to him that he hasn't been going through lately? He's already been taking L's. He ain't even won shit in the last couple years. Well, he's gonna be cursed to the good and go overall with an IC title. You gonna have that? Maybe his curse will be engineered for him to be good. I don't know. Maybe we might give him a reach back. I don't know. Drew and Cody's on main event, and Cody freaking Rhodes. The QB1 that's doing read option plays for himself and keeping the ball gets the dirty towel again. They Jacob Fatu interfering, and I didn't finish the rest of this match because I just already knew what was going to happen. And we're going to have Cody and Randy Orton, which any other year I'd be alright with. But you had the title on Drew. You've been fucking with Drew the last couple of years. And I say it's a true fan. Like, what the hell have you been doing? The man is 6'4", 6'5", 270. Look good as an athlete. He's justifying his means. And they reward him with fuckery. 5 fucking minutes, and now this. He only had one title defense in Sami Zayn. He was interfering in everybody's matches. Every match that had either Jacob Fatu, Cody Rhodes, or some other third character with Sami Zayn, he always interfered. He barely wrestled on TV. And this is the third year in a row where Cody won the WWE title. It's weird as fashion. I'm Mike Cody, with the way they booking him, it's weird. They're not letting this motherfucker really go in on stories. And the one time they had a story, they stretched it out. They had to turn AJ heel. They turned KO heel, and it was a justified crash out for him. And everybody got changed for Cody Rhodes, but he don't change for others. And it's just the way they're booking him is weird. I don't really like it. I don't like it. It's weird as fuck. It blowing my mind. Now, the only thing that can make it right is that Cody turns heel, because that could be the only thing. But they don't have no babyface they built up yet, so they can have as the next babyface. So that's why they keeping Cody as a babyface. I kind of wish Orton can win now his 15th world title. But, they still haven't built nobody up to go after him. So they're the title scenes all over the place. And the way the storylines have been dropped like that is kind of insane. I see now they let Road Dogg go. I see he had the scapegoat, but half the time, this show was all over the place, and it's just. I wish they brought some things from what they had from the past back, and it's just a weird period, man. And now we're gonna have the next 6 weeks of I respect you, Randy, and I respect you, Cody Rhodes, but I gotta get my title back. Or I got the number 15. Or I respect you, Randy, but I gotta keep this title around my waist as long as I can. So we'll see how it goes next week after they go to New City. I don't know where they're going next. I don't give a fuck. NXT. Well, they got 5 matches in this pay-per-view tonight. It's the last one on Peacock. I don't got Peacock, so I'm gonna finagle some way I'm gonna go to my plug. They'll help me out. My plug will help me out. We Gucci. Alright, Vengeance Day. This got a lot of tasty treats in this match. A lot of my treats on this match. There ain't a lot of my top 5. And then 6 women work with Tater. Tater South. Well, 7. 6, because the other one really ain't been on television yet. So, except them backs, if you set as a background player. Anyway, we got Jada Parker versus Blake Monroe. They're going at it in a street fight. They upgraded the stipulation because the Woman of Hell came out after a 6-man tag team, Hank, Tank, and Shiloh Hill versus the Vanity Project. They said, we're going to go out in a street fight. And I'm like, oh, yes. I'm going with Jada Parker. The only way I can see Blake winning is if the other Monroe shows up and they come in the Monroe sisters. And, oh, my God. I will stay watching. I'll be like, I'm watching everything. Everything. So I'm going to go with Jada Parker for the street fight. Izzy Tatum versus Izzy Dane versus Tatum Paxley for the North American Women's title. They've been beefing and beefing for months. Let's see if it culminates here. I'm always going to stick with Tatum Salas. I'm going to go with Tater for the win. Yay. Next, you got Deion Lennox and Tony D'Angelo. Lennox trying to get revenge for costing his boys the tag titles, and Tony D trying to get revenge of Darkseid for messing up his life. I'm going to go with Tony D on this one. Give me the money. And we have Lola Vice versus Kehlani Jordan, an underground match. Last time these two went at it, Kehlani made Lola tap, shock, knee. And Lola's undefeated in underground matches. Ooh-wee. I'm going to go Lola for the win. Hope she don't hurt her hand too bad where she got to take time off. I'm going to go with her for now. But wrap that hand up very tightly, shorty. Very, very, very tight. So that way you don't mess it up. And then Joe Hendry versus Ricky Saints for the world top NXT title. Never, ever, forever, never give Ricky Saints a mic and a guitar at the same damn time. If you're going to have a mic, make sure that guitar is far away from him. If you're going to have a guitar, keep that mic away from it as far as you can. It does not matter how you splice it. That last thing was super mega ass. Mega ass. No, just never. Never ever again. Don't do it. And Joe Hendry should win just off of that merit. Just off of that merit. We had to sit there and watch him fumble, get different chairs. He was in the stool. Then he said, I'm still not comfortable. I need a chair. And he kept trying to have a little moment. And I was like, this shit is ass. I wish there was that hook thing where you can hook somebody off the stage. But there wasn't. Thinking it's Joe Hendry and I think the rest of Vanity Project banking and ended this crap. And Miles Bourne saved him from Joe Hendry getting banked. So I thank Miles for being a participant. So good for him. I'm surprised him and Eagle didn't have a match at the pay-per-view. Eagle won the rematch then and there on TV in a suit. Could have had a tuxedo match for all this. But Miles Bourne retains. Good for him. He beat him out of his drawers. Ren Sinclair versus Nikita Lyons. Ren wins and makes Nikita tap out with the shot clock cheese going down. I think it went out 3 seconds. I was trying to tell Nikita, hold on, girl. But Ren, she's like, nah, you tapping out, man. It's about to pause right here, so I ain't mad. That's cool. Talk about Shiloh and Hank Tane. They beat the Vanity Project. Carver crashed out on Booker T, telling him, don't ever talk about my name in my mouth ever again. I was like, well, damn. JC Jang and Zarya went at it. When I seen JC come out first, you know what shit's gonna go left when the chant comes out. You know the rules. And during that, Soul came out, tapped both of the Fallon and Laney on the outside, then come inside the ring, do a double slow statue on Zarya and JC. So that match gets thrown out. I was like, I knew it was going to happen anyway, but, you know, still all. And I was kind of surprised they didn't put a three-way on it. They asked Stone what he going to do. I was thinking he was going to have a three-way between JC, Soul, and Zarya, but we'll probably have that for a stand and deliver or something like that. So y'all going to have fun during that. And I'd say the main event 7 was never get Ricky Saints' mic and the guitar ever again. And Joe Hendry was offended by his lackadaisical freaking guitar playing, just like I was. So get it out of here. Get this jobber out of here. AEW. Oh boy. Kevin Knight, you were screwed over horribly. I knew the night was not going to go well for you when you had MJF you and MJF for the world title to start the show. I was like, really? You can't even main event? Are you freaking kidding me? Whatever. MJF won with the Heat Seeker. It was a solid match. Anyway. Orange Cassidy, Darby Allin versus Gaby Kidd and Clark Connors. You know, for a guy who's a Dollar General version of Hangman and Page, he cannot get no wins like Hangman and Page. And him and Kidd lose to Orange and Darby. But they get a new person to their squad, David Finlay. Damn. He joins their crew and they create the War Dog Bullet Club edition. You know, I was like, I just started laughing when he came out because I was like, he's like the fifth most important guy I've seen on that New Japan show, and he comes in 2 years after the fact. Almost a year and a half after the fact, he comes on here. That's hilarious. The one I like came out a few months after that, and the other one came out a year later and a half. That's freaking hilarious. And I knew Gay Kid from WCPW, so he's like, his transmission is insane. But I just laughed. The only notable thing about this one was the baby faces jump Kid and Cons out the gate, and Clark Connors speared Orange Cassidy to the timekeeper's table, which I thought was damn. So outside of that, and those two moments, nothing happened of significance happened. Jamie Hayden and Alex Windsor, the two thick British broads, took out the inspiration. And goddamn, they look so much alike now. Goddamn. I knew Billy was kind of good looking. I knew Payne's always a bad one to look, but Billy, they look like twins now. Not just their friends in the front, but they look like twins, literally. And they kept trying to have their music keep going, but Hader and Windsor was not having that, and they just beat the piss out of them. And they won in about 2 minutes. I think MJF lasted longer against Brody King than these two girls did against these two British broads. So, well, I will not be surprised if they are the next tag team champions. Not Hayter and Windsor. I'm talking about the Inspiration. I will not be surprised. Don't sleep on it. They got a character and they can make you laugh, and they bring a dynamic different. I know it's AEW, but characters still stand out no matter what the case. Example, Harley Cameron. And, well, it's only time, but she can go too. She's very versatile. She got a bit of both. Heyman defeated some jobber, Marty Snow. Get his ass out of here. One big boob, buckshot. We out of here, Jack. Totally do. And he files a beating at Revolution, and Don Callis fighting Bang Hangman, and Don Callis issued a challenge for the trios titles thanks to Knight and Speedball saving their partner. And I was like, oh no. I was like, why? Why didn't you just leave the ring immediately after that? No, it was rest. We gotta stay and do that fun stuff. FTR Young Bucks went face to face, and they can't lay a hand on each other. But Gannon Cutler's still there. He got berated by the Bucks. He ain't popping or nothing. And as I say that, FTR was leaving. They was like, hey, since we can't put hands on you, we can put hands on him, right? It's like, wow! And they just popped Cutler in the face. I was like, damn. I was like, wow, I'm on the fucking point. Oh, me. That was hilarious. Mox beat the Hechicero. I still like doing the hand thing in the front, but I knew it wasn't going to have nothing for Hechicero. But Mox won, which was a nice little match. Brody King calls out Swerve, saying, I'm the most dangerous man in AEW. And then he had no awareness when Swerve came out. Prince Nana came out first, and he's like, you want to see the most dangerous man in AEW? Well, here he is. No awareness, didn't look from behind or anything from the side. He gets attacked, and he gets hung up by the ropes, a la like others he done, like Hook and whoever. But the only difference is he couldn't hang him on the ropes because I think he would have died. But Bandito came in and saved his life eventually. Thank God. He was turning purple. I was like, God damn. Anybody gonna save him? Nobody? Thank God. Thacker versus Thunder Rosa for the women's title. I feel like Rosa always get these title opportunities, but she'll never get that joint back because she got hurt during the back injury. And I don't even come back. Thekla won. It was a clean 1v1. Stopped the soul out of her a couple times, but got the win. Nice. And Statlander say that the match Perfect was kind of crazy. I see bottom of the booty cheese, but I don't know. The fit was kind of odd, but hey, it's fashion I don't have money for, so totally do. Enjoy your fashion choices, Shorty. And I've seen that they're going to have a 2 out for you falls match to the women's title, so should be interesting. Let's see how that goes. FTR interrupt Ciampa's promo. They want to him to team up with FTR, which sounds very odd. Because they had beef in NXT and they was going after the NXT titles and all that stuff. And I was like, this is very weird. And Ciampa said, no, hell no. And pops him in the face. And said, you know what? You know what? I'll see you on Saturday Night on Collision. I was like, okay. And then I saw something today that said they're going to go at it with Raps with Tata. So I'm confused. Wait a minute. So you're not going to have his 1v1? We were building up for that. Unless they're going to put on Dynamite. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I can't keep up this shit no more. And Heyman, Jet Speed versus Kyle Fletcher, Okada, and Mark Davis. Interesting trio for the trios titles. And Mark Davis pins Kevin Knight for the second time of the night to win the trios titles. I told you build new guys, Tony, and you want to build up Mark Davis. Nothing wrong with Mark Davis. He seems like an alright guy. But wait a damn minute. I guess he bought into the Don Callis family as a defensive lineman because I remember Fletcher smacked the taste out of his mouth when he turned on Ospreay. I guess he bought in. He pulled a KD and bought in. God damn it. He said, I'm gonna beat up with Will, but I said to beat up on Will instead. So Will Ospreay is the Russell Westbrook of this equation. That means Kyle Fletcher is Steph Curry, I guess. Well, they got 2 titles now. And Okada got 2 titles. Okada don't even defend the international championship no more. At least Kyle defended his. Kyle just be chilling with that international title and just whatever. So, hope that means Knight can get the singles title. We'll see, but I fucking doubt it because he loves the Japanese boys. This is slightly better than SmackDown, but that's not that much. I understand they're trying to do a night. It's just very weird how they're doing this in a slow, methodical way. And it's freaking weird, but whatever. Teenager, last thing to talk about wrestling. Ariana Grace is the Knockouts champion. God damn. She looking good as hell. Stats, I won't be part of Birthright just because of that. You going on Jody Threat for the Knockouts title, and Jody Threat had a rib issue. And for some reason, Tessa, Alicia Fox, or Victoria Crawford, and Amelia Monroe more chick. I need to see more of her. Jody Threat had a rib issue, and Grace used the most dangerous move of all wrestling to get the pin and grab her rib at the same time. I was like, she must have learned this in physics class or something like that. But Grace retains. Elegance Brand defend Ash and go to Mama June to talk trash her. I was like, what the hell? Mama June at a TNA event? What the hell? And then out of nowhere, she spawns in the crowd. ODB comes out of nowhere and defends Mama June. And then she get her food and pours the food on her on the Elegance Brand and beats them down, kick the dude in the cojones. All that was just, that was the most randomest collaboration I've seen in all of wrestling. I never thought these two would interact. Mama June is a wrestling fan from Honey Boo. Like, what? I was just more just shocked more than anything. That was random. I didn't expect that out of all the things. But hey, everybody wrestling fan smell. System versus the Righteous, BDE and Swan, and Sin and Saint. First of all, Swan and R-Truth to the same initiative. They clean shaven, head clean. Both of them. I was surprised. I was like, what the heck? Where's Swan got a baldy now? Okay. I remember he had dreads and he had the little cornrows. He said, no more of those, fam. Whoa. And the System beat Penn BDE and they are the number one contenders. Of course, Cedric ain't gonna be number one contenders, but you know, it is what it is. Moose Devours Revenge, the System, he challenged Cedric to his at ATL Street Fight. John Abraham was there and some other some Falcons player. I think one of the linemen. And I was like, what the hell? I did not expect that either. I was like, okay, what's up? Shout out to him. Shout out to them boys. The best song in TNA's theme, Mara Sade or Jakar Jackson. I like her theme song, right? I like everybody. And Elena Black went at it. It was an okay match. Elena had some brass knuckles tucked into the turnbuckle. And boop, popped her in the face for the win. Wow. Well, she took the Regal approach. I'm glad you did your research, mate. Well, Rosemary, no longer in her pink stage no more. She finally got rid of the pink Rosemary and going back to the old spooky Rosemary that we know. And Flash Dreamer out of there. Where did Tommy Dreamer go? Rest in peace, Tommy Dreamer. She got Silver to sign her paper of greed and whatever. He gotta sign something where something probably gotta be sacrificed. Just like Allie did. And Kiera Hogan. Cool. Kaz King speech with Elijah. And during this, AJ Francis, he was talking trash about Atlanta, but the hometown guy was not hearing it, and they get to fighting, and during the commercial while they was having their conversation, they come out to the ring, well, they come out to the stage, and they was fighting on the stage, and Francis choke slams the hometown man to a group of people. I was like, well, goddamn, I didn't expect that either. Wow, damn. And then bye. And then Elijah's helping the whole town man up, and they're gonna go at it next week. So what a pivot. Cause I seen Vance Warner and Steph Deland, they both quit TNA because they had different issues on medical expenses and stuff like that. And how they probably booked too. They probably didn't want to view AJ Francis and we are getting the freak out of here, this freak show. So, yay. Slater and Nemeth was the main event. This was a pretty good main event. Slater won with his Swanton 450. How the heck does he do that? It's that British bones. And Eric Young attacks Slater after the match with a power driver on the floor, which good gravy. And they're probably gonna go at that sacrifice. And Santana wants Stephen Macklin, or McLean as Mr. With the Marella Santito says. But instead of Santana, he gets Daria Ray with Sonya. I'm like, that's a consolation prize. And there's a prize. It's like, you will get him when I say you'll get him. He's not reinstated for you yet. And Santana comes out and said, you will get Mike Santana, you will get Steve McLean at Sacrifice. So, well, Daria, you got overruled. You goofy sugar. And that's how that. And Tom Hanford was pissed how this happening. So I'm just unbelievable. Oh, my God. So it's unbelievable. No, you know what, fam? If you get fired, you can still go for the world title. I need to go ask my old job for my own job back. By just showing up there and just working. Like, oh, what you doing? I'm gonna get work. What you talking about? I'm ready to do this. I might pull this off on my old jobs. I need a job right now, so I might do it. See that job. Oh, man. This is the last we talking about to get out of here. Max Crosby. You are officially a Baltimore Raven, my man. We traded a first round pick from this year and next year, and you will come to the city. Yes, indeed. Fucking lovely. Tyler Loop, you are a hero. You were the most hated man in Baltimore for a week, but a week after, Harbaugh was let go and the city celebrated. And now we get freaking Max Crosby. Oh, baby. And Matt BK, he looking like he gonna get healthy again. Ooh, we gonna be great, baby. Oh, man. We're looking great. Yes, this is already looking good so far. Now if we can get Linderbaum back, if we can work out a deal with him, restructure some contracts, and work on getting our right side of the line straight, I think we can be back, baby. And we gonna need to look for a receiver that can be a budget-friendly deal. You know, we see somebody go across today. And let's do that. And, yeah. Like I said, let's say sounds this weekend. Let's see if we can get more days of actions and stuff like that. And we're going to be back, baby. We're going to get freaking back. Other news. DJ Moore traded to the freaking Bills for a couple picks. Second round and I think a third round or fourth round. Ooh, good move. The Bills always said they need receivers, and they needed one. So this helps their case at receiver. So, yeah, good for them. Oh, man. I like the move for us to get Max Crosby. We needed some defense. I love it. And that's it for this show. I went a little long, but it's an hour. But we need to get this out before this pay-per-view. Anyway, be well, stay safe, survive in advance. We'll see you around this next dance.